So today is the third video in a 5-part series on how to build your real estate dream team. And I'm really going to dig into the disposition side, right? How do we sell our properties and who we need to hire and work with to really make sure that the company's profitable and running smoothly and we've got a clear head and we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, again, to look at our business at a 10,000-foot view. Now, before I get into today's video, my name is Todd Toback and I've wholesaled a little bit more than 1,000 houses, and 95% of those were locked up by somebody on my team and not by me personally. And I specialize in transforming real estate investors into real estate business owners so that they can get out of hustle mode, okay, and really own an asset that throws off cash month after month after month, okay, without their day-to-day involvement. So if you have not been to my website, you gotta head on over to nextlevelwholesaling.com, and I've got a phenomenal assessment there for you. It's gonna have you quiz yourself in the 4 core areas of your real estate wholesaling business. That's acquisition, disposition, marketing, and cash flow. And it's really going to take the blinders off, right? You're going to be able to see really where you're at, and it's going to give you that next step, okay, to get you on that path to freedom. And that's a business, a wholesaling business that operates, again, without your day-to-day involvement. And for me, this was completely game-changing. I know you can do it. I still take the quiz every quarter. And if you do it, I know you got a huge benefit from it. So nextlevelwholesaling.com is where you go. All right, so let's jump into today's video, and that is how to hire somebody for your disposition team. Now, I'm going to recommend something to you, and that is that you actually do not need a disposition team, okay? Someone to move your properties. All you need is a really good title company. Okay, let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, I don't know, let's call it 3 or 4 years ago, I had an employee named Marissa. And Marissa was our disposition manager for our house buying business here in San Diego. And man, she was all over it. We used to lock up properties, and she used to get the property from the acquisition department, and she used to schedule inspections, and she would communicate with the buyers back and forth a million times, and she would call the title company, and she was all over the title company every single day, and she'd call the sellers and to make sure that they were comfortable. And any title issues, she was all over it, right? She'd go down to the county if they had to, or if title called her. She would go back and forth to make sure that this thing would happen and break every single barrier known to man. And it was crazy because Marissa worked really hard, but she was always in this reactionary mode. Well, long story short, I realized at one point that this position really wasn't all that productive. And Marissa had to actually leave at one point, the company. And so I said, hey, you know what, why don't we not try to rehire for this position? Because mostly it's administrative, right? We're not really doing sales. In our company, we teach everyone to actually have an auction method where we blast out properties at a lower price than we think the property will sell for, and have the market bid it up. Okay, when you do that, the market sells the property. You don't need a salesperson. So we did that, and we actually invented the auction method for wholesaling houses. And so we had a virtual assistant create the email and send out the email and have a bidding system. And as soon as that happened, okay, we agreed that I said, hey, let's see how much our title company can do for us. Let's really start to push the envelope, right? I read a book called Scaling Up, and it said expect 3 times the effort, three employees out of one of yours, right? Your competitors has 3 employees, you have 1, so expect that much more production. And so we challenged our title company. We said, hey, listen, this person who used to work for us, if you want to remain our title company, we need you to do this for us. And we had this whole entire list, and we actually give this to our next level wholesaling students. We have them actually implement this in week 3, I believe, is to find a new title company and then set these written, clear expectations of what you expect them to do, right? Number 1, have them call the seller and tighten up the deal. Number 2, set up closing documents to go out to them within 48 hours. 3, open up the title. 4, if there are any title issues, don't call us, right? Call the title company and call the seller to get that handled, right? You don't need to involve us, right? 4, if the deal is shaky, we need you to save it. Okay, 5, make sure the buyer's earnest money is in. 6, send out the paperwork for the buyer and make sure everything is signed and prepare the escrow documents, right? And to do all this and hold the entire thing so that once we sent them a purchase contract, this entire thing was done by them and not by us personally. And we really started pushing the envelope and demanding more. Well, about 6 months into it, our old title company says, hey, we don't want to do this for you anymore. And they were just so at it. Right? Well, we decided that we weren't going to accept anything less than stellar. And so we shopped around and found a title company who would do it. And we set the clear expectations from the beginning. By the way, that's really, really, really important, setting clear expectations from the beginning. And we gave them the written expectations. And let me tell you, our title company, escrow or lawyer, whatever you want to call them, has become a valued member of our team. And the best part is that we don't have to pay them a dime up front. They get paid per deal, and we'd have to pay them anyway. And so a lot of times we think that we have to have a lot of people on our organizations and run around like a chicken with our head cut off and feel busy, right? We need this huge team and Facebook and Instagram, and for some reason people are impressed by the size of their team, like that actually indicates profitability, which it does not, right? Actually, often quite the opposite. Now, if you're trying to take this thing to 10, 20 million, you probably need a disposition manager. But my recommendation to you is squeeze everything that you can out of all you've got. You should not be doing things by yourself. You should not be, taking on the work. You should not be taking on the day-to-day work yourself. But if you can outsource it, if you can hand it off to someone who's already on your team without any additional expense, that's how you create a really, really profitable business and start to really, really extract yourself. So to recap, number one, if you're building your business right, you don't need a disposition manager. Okay, you need a really, really good realtor to sell your properties, and you need a really good title company who will do the work that you're asking them to do. Number 2, set those expectations in front. Number 3, get those expectations in writing. And 4, you want to hold them accountable. Make sure they're doing this. If you're calling your title company and saying, hey, what about closing? Where's the title? Where's this? Where's that? Right? You've got a problem. You've got to retrain and reset expectations, and that's okay, right? As long as they course correct. If they're not willing to do that, then it's time to move on. One other caveat, okay? I guarantee you, there's somebody watching this video and saying, well, in my state, they don't do this. In my area, we don't do it this way. Okay, well, let me tell you something. I'm giving you cutting edge material here. You set the rules, you set the expectation, and you're right. Probably it's not done this way. Set the standard, okay, and you will completely dominate your market. Completely dominate it. I've never had a client in Next Level Wholesaling, after really pressing the issue and after exploring multiple attorneys or escrow companies, ever come back and say, I couldn't find anyone to do this, right? Of course, sometimes they got a no and a no, and then a yes, all right? So my challenge to you today is open your mind, stretch it, set the standard, okay? You create that sub 4-minute mile in your market. You're the professional, you're the market leader, and hopefully you're a Next Level Wholesaler. So again, if you have not been to my website and you want to know more about nextlevelwholesaling.com, start with this assessment. It's free. All right, nextlevelwholesaling.com. It's going to have you rate yourself. Today we focus on disposition in those 4 core areas. It'll take you 2 minutes. It's completely worth it. It's going to open your eyes. Nextlevelwholesaling.com and download the assessment. Talk to you soon.